if you are struggling to distinguish can and can't, and you are constantly being misunderstood by other people, especially native speakers, then you're in the right place, because by the end of this video, you will, for once and for all, be able to, thanks to science, thanks to biology and the mechanics, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do. By the end of this video, if you stick around, you will be able to say the words correctly and never again be misunderstood. So I just want to start off with the absolute basics. Can and can't, what's the distinction from a phonology or phonetics point of view? So can is a short vowel and can't is a more long vowel, okay? So there's can, can't, can, can't. So the a sound in can comes closer to the front, and as you can see and hear me, it's a very open sound, okay? So your lips are going to be nice and wide and open. Just watch this. Can, and that's all you're doing with your lips, okay? So to finish off, you know you need to go to more to the front with your tongue. You need to have your lips slightly spread like this, and then your tongue wants to be open. That just means instead of pushing your tongue to the top, it's quite low down. It's quite low to the surface. So it's can. So you just want to say the ka, then obviously after that go a, ka, ka, and then we finish it with the n sound. So can, and then you open and release. But again, we'll talk about consonants in another video. So that is the can sound. To be more natural, and when it's in sentences, it's in context, and in general, at the start of the word, you're gonna go and you're gonna use the schwa version. The schwa is just like a very lazy sound, all right? And that is how you would say the can sound in context. So, can I get a bottle of water? Can I? And it's also using connected speech, which again, I will mention in another video. That is for another video, absolutely. But can. So we've got can, keep practicing that. You've got that. That is the absolute, that's the proper way to say it in British received pronunciation. But if you want to say it in natural context, at the start of the words, that is the best way to, to know when to use the weak form. Just say can, ka, can I. All right, that's it. That's can. Let's now move on to can't. So if you're liking so far, make sure to give a like and possibly give a subscribe if you are new to this channel. This is the kind of stuff we talk about. Fluency, baby. Pronunciation, baby. British pronunciation. If you want to see more stuff like this, then yeah, just make sure to subscribe, tap the bell notification, and yeah, you're never going to miss any of these types of videos. So we've talked about can, let's talk about can't now. Okay, so for the received pronunciation, this is how it sounds. Can't. Okay, take off the rest of the sounds quickly and just focus on the main vowel sound. Again, remember, this is a long vowel. So if nothing else, just remember, it's a long form vowel. So you've got can, can't. And the way your mouth is going to be positioned is a very neutral lips and an open mouth, like this, can't. Jaw kind of does a little bit of movement here, can't. So can, can't. Look at my mouth, can, can't. Can, can't, can. So focus on what you need to focus on each time you practice this. So it's very neutral with the can't. So can is going out, can, and can't is very neutral. You're not really going, and you're definitely not going, It's just, Your lips are very neutral. They stay the same. Just a very relaxed, neutral, not moving position. And your mouth again is opened and your tongue is quite far back. It's certainly further back than can. So can is a bit more front, and then can't, you should feel it. Just push your tongue back. can't. Lips neutral, can't, but the tongue is going further back for this one, all right? So a little bonus I want to mention quickly with the word can't, you don't have to say it in the received pronunciation. You can go can't, I can't. There's nothing wrong with opening up for both, so can, can't. In American, if you for some reason want to do American, can, can't, something like that. But can, can't. You can totally do that. I think for me personally, I prefer to go can't. It's kind of in the middle. It's not can't and it's not can't or can. And this is another bonus, by the way. You can definitely drop off the T if you want to be, you know, lazy with it. That's totally fine. You can say can't. Instead of saying the T at the end, so can't, just go can't and just don't say it. When you're in context and you're in sentences, you're gonna get really used to, and it's gonna be so much easier to actually take off T's, especially at the end of words, like can't, articulate, quiet, etc. It's very, very useful to take off the T when you're in a natural, fluent conversation and you want to sound more fluent. And a part of fluency is being natural and smooth and fast and connected speech. So taking off the T is very advantageous for you to do, to sound more fluent, okay? Especially if it's at the end of the word. It's called glottalization. I don't know if I actually mentioned that, but glottalization is when you take off the T's, take off sometimes G's, R's, a few letters here and there, maybe even a H. We'll talk about that in another video, but glottalization is what that's called. So try to take off the T if you can. And if you really want to sound proper advanced and really show off, you can say can without the T, using the can't, the sort of a more American version, the open version. Can't, can. I'll do an example. I can't do it. I can't do it. It sounds very similar to can do it, but the difference here is, and Scottish people do this, they don't go can't or can't do, I can't do it. They go, I can't do it. I can't do it.
My wife can't stand them,
There's some Scottish people that kind of say,
my wife can't stand them,
I can't. And this is probably where you're going to struggle to understand. They're pronouncing it in a way that you're not used to, because remember, BBC or received pronunciation is not the whole country, okay? Please let that sink in. This is one way of doing it. It's a very standard accent, but there's many dialects, many different accents in just this one little country, plus the other countries, which is Scottish, Irish, and Welsh, okay? But if you want to be fancy, you can go can, but you've got to make sure the intonation, up and down pitch is correct. So extra bonus here. If you want to say, you don't want to use the T, you're feeling like, nah, bruv, I don't want to use the T, take off the T, and you're still like, I don't want to say received pronunciation. I want to do it the open, the more American version, but I still want to be understood saying the word can't, but without saying can't. I want to go can't, but without the T. Then you need to make sure the intonation is good. How do you do that? Just go can. So can. Okay, it just drops down. So you go up and then you come down. All right, that's all I'm gonna leave you with there. That's an extra bonus. Do with it what you will. Have fun. If you're loving this stuff so far, you know, everything to do with British pronunciation, fluency practice, speaking training, then make sure that you give a like and comment below, just, you know, letting me know that you're enjoying so far. And of course, you want to see more stuff like this, okay? Okay, that's it now. Let's get into some quick shadowing, practice a few sentences together to make sure that you're sort of getting used to this sound. Have fun, don't stress out too much about it, it's all good. Okay, the first example, I want you to just repeat back to me. You're gonna see it on the screen now. Can we talk about this? Can we talk about this? Did you hear the weak form? It's not can we talk about this? It's can we talk about this? Can we talk about this? It's a lot softer, as you can hopefully see. Practice, and let's go to the next example. Can we talk about this? So this second example is going to have both versions in the same sentence. So you can really hear the weak form and the strong form. I can let you know tomorrow, but I don't think he can. See? When it's the last word, or another way of saying that is if it's the stressed version of can, so the word is being stressed, usually at the end of the sentence, then you definitely want to say can, nice and open, can. Okay? And if it's at the start or it's unstressed in that particular context, because remember guys, context is key. It's all about context. Then you want to go, I can. Weak form, schwad sound. Remember schwad? Go back to the beginning if you've forgotten what that means. I can let you know tomorrow. Yeah, I can let you know tomorrow, but I don't think he can. Go. Okay, now let's go to can't. Ready? First example. I can't believe she just did that. I can't believe she just did that. Now with the T. I did it without the T. Now let's practice with the T. I can't believe she just did that. I can't believe she just did that. Okay, practice that, but I will just say, guys, you are probably already feeling this now. It's going to be so much easier to take off the T there, all right? The only reason you want to use the T in this particular context is when you're stressing can't and you really want to show emotion, because remember, stress is all about emotion, prosody. I can't believe she just did that. You see, it's all about, it's basically music. Start thinking of English and language in general, especially English, as music. Take off the T. That is the best recommendation I can give you. You can try it with can't, but definitely can't believe using that bit of connected speech there is going to be so much better for you. And you're going to sound a lot more natural and fluent in English if you do that. Very good. Now the last example we have here is, it turns out I can't. And now this is where you probably would put the T in. It turns out I can't. Like in response to, hey, do you want to come with me to go to wherever? Oh man, it turns out I can't, or I can't, all right? But practice that. It turns out I can't. Okay, and I want to finish off by just mentioning comprehensible input and acquisition is the way to really solidify these sounds. It's all great doing the speaking training, but if you miss out on the input or comprehensible input, remember you have to combine the two, speaking training, pronunciation training, but you have to get the comprehensible input in combined with it, all right? So if you go right here, you are gonna have some awesome comprehensible input to really get those sounds that we've worked on today into your brain very naturally in context, okay? So go watch that and I will see you over there.